Hey there, Discoverers! Today, Ellie and I are thrilled for a bunch of reasons. Number 1, we just finished our Greece playlist. Number 2, we recently won an award for Best Tailored Travel Itinerary Provider. And just as importantly, today we're kicking off our new playlist, starting off with São Paulo, Brazil. So, stay tuned for the first of many vlogs in Brazil. Hey there, Discoverers! As promised, we're back on the grid and excited to start a whole new playlist. This time, we're headed to Brazil. Stay tuned and subscribe as we start creating a whole new playlist full of wonderful places to discover in Brazil. Showcasing places to visit in São Paulo, the countryside, and in various other cities. Today we're kicking off a whole new playlist with how to prepare for Brazil, what to expect when you arrive, and how to get to the city center from the Guarulhos International Airport. So let's get started. Oh, before we do, we wanted to send a special thank you for our community. Our channel has reached a whopping 2,000 subscribers. We're super thrilled and grateful for your support. And for you new viewers out there, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our channel already. That way you're sure to discover places in São Paulo and Brazil. There's coffee, beaches, people, food. All right, let's go. Welcome to São Paulo, Brazil's vibrant metropolis and the largest city in the Southern Hemisphere. Whether you're drawn here for its rich cultural tapestry, delectable cuisine, or dynamic art scene, São Paulo offers an unforgettable experience. I was fortunate to visit this beautiful country for the first time in 2009. And since then, I've been here a dozen times. One thing's for sure, there's no shortage of places to discover here. To put things into perspective, Ellie usually tells people how it's possible to dine in a new restaurant every single day of the year without repeating the same destination. But before we get to the beautiful destinations, you'll first need to know more on travel requirements and getting around. First and foremost, let's address the visa requirement. Brazil reinstated visa requirements for citizens of Australia, Canada, and the United States. Soon, travelers from these countries will need to obtain an e-visa before arrival. As per online sources, this will begin on April 10, 2025. The application process appears to be straightforward, because you'll be able to complete it online. At the time of my first visit in 2009, I needed to get a visa from the Brazilian consulate. This time around, the Brazilian government has announced an e-visa system will be implemented, allowing applicants to complete the process online without visiting a consulate. Similar to the previous system, the e-visa will be valid for multiple entries over 5 years, permitting stays up to 90 days per visit. Feel free to check our blog, where we'll leave more detailed information on this subject. It's always prudent to verify the latest requirements with the Brazilian consulate or embassy in your country before planning your trip. Did you know that as of July 2024, Canada's population was 41 million people? And on the same date, São Paulo's metropolitan area, including adjacent suburban regions, has an estimated population of 22.8 million. Isn't it mind-boggling to think that half of Canada's population resides in one South American city? Okay, so you've checked your visa requirements, booked your ticket to São Paulo, and pegged a few places to discover. Great! Now what? Ellie and I have traveled to many countries and cities, and one thing never changes. We enjoy finding out in advance how to get around in that city, as it alleviates unnecessary stress. Which is why we'll shed more light on options once you get to the Guarulhos International Airport. Once in São Paulo, you'll have bilingual signs in Portuguese and English guiding you from the plane to the passport control system. After immigration and picking up your luggage, you'll start seeing signs stating to beware of fraudulent taxis or drivers soliciting rides. That said, you have several transportation options to reach the city center. Number 1, you have the taxi services. And it's safe to use the official airport taxis. You'll generally see them readily available outside each terminal. Fares to downtown São Paulo depend on traffic and time of day. We'll refrain from adding price points since fares usually fluctuate from one year to another. Option number 2 is Uber, which is quite popular in São Paulo. And you'll be happy to know that ride-sharing services like Uber operate at the Guarulhos Airport. If you're familiar with Uber, you'll already know that fares fluctuate based on demand and traffic conditions. We encourage you to run a simulation on the Uber app in case you want an idea of price. Alternatively, you can call on a private transfer. We usually call on our trusted friend and taxi driver, Kazoo. Also, our affiliate partner, Get Your Guide, offers transfers from Guarulhos and Congonhas to the city center. You'll find that link in the video's description and in our blog. This option can be especially good since it's a fixed value. Oops, we almost forgot another important transportation option. That of renting a car from the airport. Which is not something we typically do because we make arrangements for a ride. That said, Canadians and Americans can rent cars in Brazil. You will need a valid driver's license, your passport, and a credit card. Side note, double check with the car rental companies if you need to drive with your passport at all times. The minimum age requirement in Brazil is 21. However, some of the rental car companies may require drivers to be at least 25. Certain car rental companies are located in terminal, and others require a shuttle ride to get there. In all honesty, we didn't notice any car rental counters at Terminal 3. Which is to say, perhaps the in-terminal options are located in other sections. If in doubt, double check with the information desk. Here are a few things we recommend. Drive defensively, especially until you get used to the flow of traffic. Double check your lane changes and look out for motorcycles that navigate between car lanes. Waze will be your best friend, especially to indicate any upcoming radars. And lastly, avoid rush hour, driving at night, and during heavy rain. I've heard stories of people losing their cars and belongings during flash floods. Besides that, enjoy the ride. Brazil has some of the nicest landscapes that I've seen. Hopefully, our video footage will give you a leg up and make you feel more confident when driving in Brazil. And of course, there's also the public transportation method. We'll give you a quick overview without diving in too deep. For starters, there's the EMTU's airport bus service. This executive bus line connects the airport to various city locations, including Paulista Avenue, Tietê Bus Terminal, and Congonhas Airport. Tickets can be purchased at the counters located in the arrivals areas of the terminals. Alternatively, you'll also find EMTU bus lines 257, 299, and 538. These regular bus lines link the Guarulhos Airport to the Tatuapé subway station, facilitating access to the metro system. Buses depart every 30 minutes, and the journey to Tatuapé takes roughly 30 minutes as well. And lastly, the train, the CPTM Line 13. This project was initiated after Brazil was awarded the 2014 FIFA World Cup and the 2016 Summer Olympics. The train line connects Guarulhos Station to Engenheiros Goulart Station, where you can transfer to other parts of the city. The Guarulhos Station is accessible via a free shuttle bus from the airport terminals. On the safety note, we highly encourage that you use official and reputable transportation services. Avoid accepting unsolicited rides from individuals inside the terminal. We also recommend that you download the Move It app, which will help you navigate once in the city of São Paulo. São Paulo is a melting pot of cultures with significant Italian, Japanese, and African influences. Exploring neighborhoods like Liberdade and Bexiga offers a glimpse into its rich diversity. But don't worry, we'll soon get to that. Lastly, we want to share our thoughts about safety while discovering this beautiful city. Ensuring personal safety in São Paulo involves more than just travel precautions. Here are some additional measures you should consider. On the neighborhood awareness, avoid high-risk areas. For instance, certain neighborhoods, such as parts of the downtown area, have higher crime rates. It's advisable to avoid these areas, especially after dark. Check out the safer districts. Neighborhoods like Jardins, Vila Madalena, Brooklyn, and Morumbi are considered safer and more tourist-friendly. It's worth noting that when discovering São Paulo, we add an extra layer of vigilance. And of course, I have Ellie to guide me, so you could also follow the advice of a trusted source or a friend in the city. As for personal belongings, avoid attracting unwanted attention. By this we mean put away your jewelry, watches, and electronics, especially that state-of-the-art cell phone. If we don't need our passports, we'll leave it behind in a safe place. But if we do need to travel with it for whatever reason, we'll conceal it in a money belt. Consider getting one with an RFID badge, which helps prevent cloning and copying when tucked away. While São Paulo's metro is generally safe, be vigilant against pickpocketing, especially during peak hours. And avoid using the metro late at night. Ride-sharing services like Uber are popular and considered safer than hailing taxis off the street. Always verify vehicle and driver's details before entering. In the Uber app, you can request a safety pin to confirm that you have the right car. Lastly, check out our blog for more detailed information, as well as the popular numbers to reach local authorities. In this vlog, we made sure to show you a glimpse of what's to come in our Brazil playlist by sharing glorious footage from various parts of the country. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. All right, now that we've transferred you all this valuable information, you've now graduated. Which is to say, you're ready for the next level, discovering São Paulo's beauty. So stay tuned for our next vlog where we uncover Brazil and São Paulo's coffee culture. All right, everyone, until next week, keep on discovering, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye for now.
Estamos no Brasil, Globinho, mas no mundo todo Siphon, criado por Marie, 1830.